What's up, gentlemen? Good morning.
What up, though?
What up, though?
What up, though?
Welcome to Detroit City.
Hey!
Jalen Rose, a few things always don't get to stick out the way they should. ESPN also had a nationally syndicated sports show. He has returned now to ESPN in a bigger role than the one that you left before. So his broadcasting, I remember during the NBA championship, he was just getting started in the broadcasting.
Mm-hmm.
And he stepped to me and said, Mace, we're going to do this interview. I'm just getting going. So me and you. And I'll never forget that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
But let me, before I let you say anything, thank you for all of the national love you gave me. Not once or twice or three times or four. When Pistons are playing terrible, they're still trying to find their ways. He still kept me pumped up like I was this mega superstar. I'd watch ESPN pop on. You'd see it. I'd look at Facebook. He said something else about me. I listened to his radio show. He said something. And he made the guy, his partner on the radio show, he said, you don't know him, but I'm telling you. And they just said, okay, that's your guy in Detroit. Jalen, thank you.
Thank you, brother. I love you and I appreciate you. It's an honor to be here. And it's always been an honor just to represent this city. And you just took me down memory lane of how you also are a game changer in many ways. And I talked about that on the way in here, how when you attend an NBA game now, that experience is different because of you. And you're very humble about this, but like many Detroiters, people copying our lingo, copying our style and our flavor, and you are somebody that you can't attend an NBA game without hearing your influence, even if you're nowhere around.
I appreciate that, man. Ty Mopkins.
Yes.
Same thing. I think I was between radio shows if I wasn't I don't think I was working. And I would go to the mall, right? I wasn't looking for him. Here comes Ty out of some sort. I said, hey, Ty, I speak. He kept going, oh, no, come here. Man, I'm going to get you these shoes. Here, take these. And then you come back next week. And then I'm going to put you in this jacket. We're moving stores. When you get there, I got these clothes just for you. I'm like, Ty, I'm not on the air. I know, but we're going to keep you out there, Mace. I said, well, Ty, listen, I told you I'm not working. I'm low on the cash. I know, but we're going to get it. You'll pay whenever, which I never did. Ty just he hooked me up with merchandise, and again, the same to you, man. Thank you for what you did.
Well, this is really to celebrate the city, and me and Jay, like this is 40 years right here.
Yeah, I know you used to talk about Jalen Rose all the time.
Yeah. So this
all
is 40
the time.
years. Never
Long
changed.
time ago.
I call, he still answer.
That's real.
And this is a celebration, right? Today is a celebration. Today is something that when they say the full circle moment, because you raised us, Mason, I tell you this all the time. I'm a firm believer in giving people their flowers while they can't smell them. Sometimes we, as a people, do a poor job in paying homage and respect to people while they can smell the flowers. We wait for the unfortunate to happen.
Yeah.
But Southwest High came about almost 40 years ago with me and this young man, and he's always been the same way. Got on the Livernois bus going to 6921 West 4th Street. And his first words ever to me, I mean, I'm looking at these headphones now, and they kind of remind me of the headphones he used to wear when we used to be on the bus. Remember the Walkmans?
Yeah.
He used
Sony Walkmans.
He used to have black electrical tape on the ears, because, the ears would break off quick.
Yeah.
And ironically, he had on a Philadelphia 76er starter jacket. And his first words to me were, I'm going to the league, right? And I'm like, okay. And we just been like this ever since. So
and we're going to get to why we're here.
Yeah.
This is only taking a couple minutes. My introduction to Jalen Rose was not at the University of Michigan. I may have saw maybe 2 games But I wasn't into college basketball. I was into them because they created the baggy shorts. So that was my interest, and that they were all basically from the Detroit area. So it was cool. But no. Saturday afternoon, NBA playoffs. Game starts at 4:10, 3:30. They tease they're doing this story on Jalen Rose, his thug life. Like, oh, yeah, really? I'm like, man, they should stop doing that kind of thing. But this should be interesting. So I'm watching it, and this is how I met Jalen Rose. I'm watching it. The commercials come on. I got my food. I can't wait. I want to say this. They set it up as this notorious thug from Detroit. In fact, the teaser had him leaning on a car like he stole it or something. So I'm like, oh, I'm into this. Soon as they say his name, introducing and then he started to speak, he did a dissertation on the black community, the needs, the structure, how the government has misused us, what we can do, why we need to be educated, and here's where we could go. When he ran the state of black America down on national television on CBS, when they went back to those announcers, they went silent. That was the thug they didn't want to see or hear. The one with the gun and the no T-shirt or whatever in the waist, no. They got a Dr. King, Jesse Jackson. They got all of that wrapped up in this Detroit kid who gave the state of black America and a solution to solving the problem. CBS never spoke of it again, nor did they run it again. Were you aware of that?
At the time, there were so many things happening just as collegiate athletes that we didn't realize that were so notable, that have been, so game-changing. Like, even just when you mentioned the long shorts that went with the black shoes and black socks, it reminded me of when the season was over, we were required then to check out of the dorm. So I'm a member of the Fab Five, and we just played in the NCAA finals. But once the season ends, I'm back in the hood. And we all know what comes with that. Like Biggie said, either you sling crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. Like for real. So the way I idolized, athletes, I idolize people in the streets as well. And they have a lot of things in common. For those who, don't understand, like, there's a thin line between going both ways. And the picture that you just referenced, I was leaning on the 10th anniversary Honda that it just came out. It was white.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is I look back at my journey, and I'm so happy that players get paid off of NIL. People think that Michigan helped me get that car, and that's just not true. I actually won that car. Shout to Dennis Archer Jr. I think it's statute of limitations now. I was really good at playing dice, just like I was really good at playing basketball.
Funny. I love it.
And so he took me to a dice game.
I love this.
True story. And we was playing, rest in peace to Chris Wilson, who was Porterfield's son, who had the dealership on Woodward, and right around the corner from here, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
And I went to a dice game, and I won a few $1,000s, including money from him. And so I went to the house. I had knot in my pocket, woke up my mom, like, I need you to take me to the Honda dealership before you go to work. You know what I'm saying? I didn't steal it.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I got it. And I literally got that vehicle. The next day, Jimmy King and Ray Jackson and I were on the road driving at the Freaknik.
Wow. Wow.
True, and the documentary Freaknik, once it came out, that's why I'm in it.
That's
True
a great
story.
That's a great
True story.
Jay.
Yes.
And so, like, and that's why we're excited about, Southwest High. That's why I'm really excited about partnering with my good friend and Tom Gores for Same Page Entertainment.
Well, before you let me set the stage on that. There is a miniseries that will be released on Tubi.
It's out right now. I watched it this morning.
It's out today.
It just launched right now. It just launched a couple hours ago.
Wow.
I was like a kid in the candy store. I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning and
to
watched
see
it.
it.
Absolutely.
Southwest High. The concept came. Ty, you generally mentioned it came from just you guys' childhood friends, but when you take it to the cameras, whose thought pattern was behind that?
One thing me and Jay do, right? We got this thing called In the Lab. That's why when he came in today, he asked you for a paper and some pen and all that, because he has thousands of notes written all over. Like you go to his house, everything is writing, is writing, is writing. So we was in the lab, and for years we've been talking about doing something. Regardless what it is, in our lives, our journeys took us separate ways, right? We was high school friends and everything like that, but life took us our separate ways. He had his career, I had mine, and the time was just right where we said, hey, we need to do something. Okay, what you want to do? And then we talked about doing a mini-series. Well, let's do this and let's do that. What do you want to call it? Well, hey, there's only one name we can call it. And then there you go. We got Southwest High with it. So because we went to the, Southwestern High School.
Right.
So we just took the EERN off and then made it Southwest High.
I love it.
I mean, Dennis Reed helped bring everything to life with the camera work and the writing. Me and Jay assisted in a lot of things too. Like me and Jay, this just not Ty and Jalen sitting back and letting everybody produce and do that. Like me and Jay put in a lot of work to get this done.
Speaking of the work too, you play a high school principal. You have the Jalen Rose Academy.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to speak to. That's my neighborhood. And I walked that park. That was like my workout routine. And I remember when that school was, empty. Nothing was happening. And my dad, just to take you back, that tennis court, that's where my dad took me to learn how to play tennis. Like, I grew up there. And that was like a prestigious school in our neighborhood. Like, people really liked that school, right? And then it went silent, like nothing wasn't happening. Then all of a sudden you came, and I got to tell you, just personally, that meant a lot to me, because that's something that was part of my childhood, and I see you doing nothing but excellent things with it. So thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
The point about the Academy, it ain't new no more.
Right, yeah.
And I mean, it has done nothing but rocket straight ahead
Yes.
and
Yes.
up and over. And Jalen, what made you want to do this? Was long before LeBron James or any of that, and you did it out of your pocket.
That's right.
I've always been passionate about this city and about education. And one of the things that's even being said currently by a lot of public figures who live in the suburbs are telling people how education is not important, and that's just inaccurate. And one of the things about being an athlete that people underestimate is that we're required to be educated also, required to be eligible. I went to college for 3 years. I graduated. I was on the honor roll in high school. I made the dean's list in college.
Wow.
Like, those are things that just, as a student athlete, never get discussed in a lot of ways. It just continues to be a part of your journey. And so for me, it was, how can I give back in a meaningful way? And thank you very much for that story. I love and appreciate you. And the thing, we were just riding up here and rolled past JRLA.
Oh yeah, okay.
The facility, and I want to make sure I give a big shout out to Henry Ford Health that I partnered with them, that we're going to open up hopefully in 27, 28. I need to raise $25 million. Rewind the tape. I need to raise $25 million. But it's right around the corner. It's on 8 Mile and Mendota.
No.
Say it. I know exactly where you're talking
Yes,
about. That's my hood.
yes. So
Right.
that will become the upper school, the high school, 9 through 16 in theory, and then the current building will be a middle school, which it was designed to be. And riding up 8 Mile today, I remember making that right turn on Hubble
Come on.
16, 17 years ago, and All Stars was a thriving business.
Come on.
Yep.
The strip club.
And I can't act like I didn't contribute. You know what I'm saying?
The strip club.
Yeah, I've probably been there once or twice. You know, just to see, you know, how the kitchen was, and, you know, things of that nature.
We're for the food, man. We're for the food.
Exactly. But to your point, Vandenberg at the time was
That's
an
right.
eyesore.
Come on.
Windows were broken.
Yes.
You know, all of the plumbing was taken out of the walls, everything. She lives it, so she
Yeah.
knows. And so to see like the transformation, not only for the community and the jobs and the opportunities that it create and just trying to create a safe learning environment, but also just all of the young people that have thrived. Like
Come
we've
on.
graduated 1,000 young people.
Yes.
We have 400 currently in the building right now. And we're really committed. And uniquely at JRLA, and this is something I really want to point out to all young people that's very important. What makes us special is that we help you post-secondary, which means once you graduate from 12th grade, we're still providing resources for you, whether it's a 2-year, 4-year college, trade school, military, cosmetology, whatever they decide to get into, because after high school, the job's not done.
That's right.
Right? You could barely get a job at McDonald's with a high school diploma. And there's this argument about go to school or get a trade. Newsflash, do both.
Come on.
Do all of the above. If anybody's questioning, I want to introduce you to a word called hustle. You ever heard of it? That means multiple ways to eat. Your dream not happening today. May not happen tomorrow. It may take 5 years for it to happen. So how you going to make ends meet? How you going to find ways to be successful along the journey?
Yeah.
Your dream job not happening overnight. I remember shoveling snow, pumping grass. I mean, shoveling snow, cutting grass,
There you
pumping
go.
gas at the gas station.
Yeah.
Like paper route, doing whatever we had to do. You know, and multitasking. So that's what I encourage young people to do, and that's why I'm excited about Southwest High, because it highlights so many sides of young people in Detroit. And the resiliency of teachers as well. That's a really tough job. You just dropped off your kid this morning at 8, and you're not going to see your kid again until 5. Those educators are required to not only put your young person in position to learn, but be their therapist, be their babysitter, be their nurturer. So those are extremely important jobs in society. So we're just highlighting all of the work that's happening on all sides of education.
All right, so now the dots connect. First time I meet Jalen Rose, he's doing an interview. He's in a playoff game, by the way. He's not talking basketball. He gives the state of Black America to all of America. Was it real? The school says it was real. His money says it was real. But what certified, what's made it really real is the degree of the graduates and the success of the academics made it all real. The dots go back and connect. With that being said, you are now in business with Tom Gores. What is it that the two of you are doing that Detroit can stand up again and be proud of?
We bonded being community champions. If you really look deep into TG's story, he was bootstraps raised in Flint and turned himself into one of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world. And we really have a passion of trying to influence young people in Detroit in a positive way and help build this city. And that's where it started. And initially, Platinum Equity, Detroit Pistons have been an amazing sponsor and supporter of JRLA, providing resources, internships, tickets to games, writing checks, opportunities, sponsoring our golf outing. Like Tom Gores and his team have been amazing stewards of what we're doing at JRLA and for the city. And so our friendship continued to grow and mature, and we just decided now it's time to highlight the amazing voices and storytellers here in the city of Detroit and try to bring quality content that's Detroit-born and bred to the masses.
What is the project called?
The name of the company is called Same Page Entertainment. And as you mentioned, it's founded by Tom Gores and myself. We're going to be based here in Detroit. It's not going to be one of those things where people shoot about Detroit, but it's in L.A. No, it's going to be here in Detroit. And we're going to be financing, we're going to be directing, we're going to be writing, producing documentaries, films, docuseries. Matter of fact, we got one out right now. You could go watch it right now. It's called Southwest High. I watched it this morning. I know it's up there. I know it's up there. I watched it this morning. And so, I mean, I'm just really excited about the opportunity again to continue to just highlight the amazing talent that we have in and around the city of Detroit.
Okay, and we're going to hold you just for a few minutes. I want to both ask you both the same question. Ty, I remember you going through it during the pandemic. We kind of saw each other almost every other day.
Yeah.
And it really, really took your emotional spirit down. What is your relationship to God? And how did that point of being at one of your lowest points take you to this morning to one of your highest points?
Well, the one thing about it, right, and especially life, and even with God, he'll take you through it to take you to it.
Say it.
So, shout out to El Belto Baptist Church, the great Lawrence C. Glass.
That's right.
Dice Clark. So, for the last year, I've been consistently going there, right? You talk about the pandemic. That was probably one of the lowest parts of my life because this is just how the universe works and everything happens, right? 2021 was probably the worst year of my life going through the pandemic. And Jay would tell his story about that year as well, too. I lost both of my parents within 7 months and had COVID, and they didn't know if I was going to make it or not. And when we would see each other, we live in a society now where it doesn't matter who and what you are. We laugh in public just enough to go home and cry in private.
Come on, say that.
So mentally, like, I suffer from anxiety. I suffer from depression. And it reminds me of a scene of, remember the 5 Heartbeats when Robert Townsend, who played Duck, and this was towards the end when he said, you know, sometimes you'll get your greatest victory when you feel your worst, when your heart breaks the most. So heartbreaks and setbacks has never been new to me, right? Sometimes the setback is a setup. And sometimes when people turn their back, is God really turning you around to come back to his vision and his purpose. And spiritually wise, man, I'm at an all-time high now. And it took me to where we at today.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sitting here with one of my longest friends, 40 plus years here almost. And we got a series that we're proud of. Like this is something that we, like I said earlier, Mace, we just didn't talk about putting out something. We wanted to make sure that the lost art of a family sitting down watching something. This is a family-friendly show. Like, never before have you seen a cast like this that looks like us. And not to even try to go there, but I got to go there because one thing Jalen tells me all the time, that we don't throw our accolades out enough. Like that man right here, this man right here is a New York Times best-selling author. And sometimes that gets shown away because of his career, of the NBA. But he's an educator. He has masters. He did graduate. He got all this, right? And guess what? On that same bus route at the same high school, it produced an Emmy Award winner. I've won an Emmy Award that we don't really talk about enough, that because we feel in our community, in our era, we're showing off. But if you look at other areas and other communities, even when they don't win, they say Emmy nominated.
Right. They're showing off.
They're showing off. So spiritually, Mace, I have come a long way, and I still have so far to go. And that's why I'm an advocate for this.
That's going to be one of the movies under the production company, too.
Yes.
About how that happens to more people than not.
Yes.
And you'll be able to tell people how
We
to
ready.
get through. Tell me about the character first. No, go, Jalen. And then I'm gonna come
but
back.
I wanted to piggyback off of what you said, because this is something I sneakily have done a couple of times on purpose. Highlight young people in their teens, because normally when you even watch television or movies, they're not set in high schools.
Right.
When they look like us, they're normally small kids.
Yes.
Right?
That's right.
And I did the exact same thing with JRLA. We independently started a high school and took it 9 through 16. Now we're going to build backwards. Normally in education, it happens the opposite.
That's right.
People start elementary
Preschool,
school.
yeah.
Why? Because that's a different young person that you're nurturing in 3rd grade versus the issues that you're going to deal with a young person in the 11th grade.
I asked him about his spirituality. I'm asking Jalen Rose about his now.
I'm very God-fearing, and uniquely being a public figure, while I have it in my spirit and in my voice and in my how I try to treat people and move with karma, and you know, it reminds me of my favorite MLK quote, rest in peace, Jesse Jackson. Happy Black History Month.
That's right.
You say faith is taking the first step without seeing the entire staircase.
Ooh, say that.
And so that's how I move. And when I'm on TV, I'm probably not, you know, Bible thumping or, you know, standing on the table about it. But if somebody's faith is higher than mine, God bless them.
On a basketball court, big game, sold out. Game is ended. Jalen Rose comes over to get me. We walk to the center of the court. He calls Tom Gores over. Do you know what Jalen Rose wanted? Did Jalen Rose want to say, man, this is great? Do this, do that. You know what he wanted to do? You know what he did that day? With 20,000 people starting to walk out? He did a prayer. You remember that day?
I do.
He did a prayer of thanksgiving and a prayer of gratitude. And that he wanted to do, and that prayer went on for about 5 or 6 minutes. People thought we were laughing and giggling because we were huddled. And Jalen led this 5 to 6 minute prayer. I'll never forget that.
Thank you for that. And there's so many reasons I love Tom Gores, but you just gave me a perfect example of what makes him special, not only as a friend of mine and a business partner, but also just a success story and the owner of the Detroit Pistons. When they're losing 28 straight, me and you still going to be at the game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go to more games then.
And you have demonstrated that.
Versus when we're the number
Winning.
one team in the league.
Yeah, that is so true.
A lot of people don't know that's literally my favorite squad. I grew up in the family. My father was the number one pick in the 1967 draft.
Yeah.
Played with Dave Being, my godfather. So Isaiah Thomas is now living in Detroit. So you see him out, he should never pay for a meal ever in life. Yeah. You know? Like these people, I stand on the shoulders of giants. I worked at Being Steel in high school on the steel press. And so like the Pistons, that relationship is sacred. And now that TG owns the team and the team is doing so very well. And by the way, K MVP this year.
Yes, sir.
Like for real. I know it's the same thing when I talk about Michigan. Like, going into this season, I was like, Michigan got literally a chance to win it all. People are like, oh, it's just Jalen saying it. They don't realize I fill out a tournament bracket every year. I don't always pick them, at least not on my main bracket. I pick them. You know what I'm saying? I pick it. But, yeah, like, Detroit, like, it's our turn.
You also, and then we're going to turn our attention back to the characters you guys play. You also, and you mentioned it, you would come when we were not winning. When you were at your peak with a #1 syndicated radio show and #1 in television and a have on during the NBA playoffs and finals. That's when you came the most. It was just not Jalen Rose coming. You were telling Detroit, come, I'll be there. Come. It's not what you think. This is us. You dress up, show up, and come to all those games. The weather would be crazy. It'd be 4,000 people sitting there. And they go like, that's Jalen Rose. He's right there. Mm-hmm. And you're right. You those are the games that you came to. You became a marketing ambassador on your own dime and time because we had nothing that would draw. There was not even a player that drew more attention than Jalen Rose. People came saying, I bet you Jalen Rose will be there tonight. He always at the game. Not the players. They did not mention the players. People would buy a ticket because they thought Jalen would be there because they thought that was the thing to do with the Detroit Pistons. So, hats off to you for that. That was big. I remember. That's why it hit me that, like, now they winning, I don't see you enough.
And thank you for the acknowledgement of really being the first entertainer and or athlete to have a podcast. Mm-hmm. And I was bossing up every morning on that show.
Yes.
Anybody that ever watched it, it's 10 years, 15 years of footage. I did it before every show. You know what I'm saying? We're 98% of the world who's never been here probably like, what is wrong with him? Why is he on my TV wearing a blazer and bossing up at the same time?
Yeah. And had all Detroit paraphernalia behind him. Mm-hmm. Hanging on the wall, sitting on the, wear a Piston jacket. No, Jalen, put on a Laker jacket and a Piston jacket. It wouldn't even be season. He'd have it on.
And how about this? I remember working the draft the night that Cade got picked.
Yes.
And we were on the stage together. We took the picture, talked to him about the city, and I let him know everything that's happening right now. I let him know that he was going to be one of the best players in the game. He's going to lead us to a championship. Mm-hmm. But more than anything, that this city going to be ride or die for you if not only you just represent, but if you win,
Cade Cunningham mentioned that about 9 days ago. The relationship that he had with Jalen Rose and they look like brothers, by the way. Ty, what role are you playing in Southwest High?
Well, thankfully, my brother linked me on, and now I'm executive producer for this.
Oh,
and for the record, yes. And for the record, we changed Cade's name. His name is Cade Cunningham.
Cade Cunningham.
That's Cade Cunningham.
So him.
Yeah, he's him.
I love it. That's beautiful.
Y'all say Cade Cunningham.
So for Ty's role, I want to shout out Dennis Reed.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Dr. Dennis Reed.
Yes.
Team DR2, 1919 distribution. I want to shout out our same page team. Mm-hmm. Molly and Aaron and Lisette and Chanel and Michelle. Like, there have been a lot of people that have put a lot of time, energy, and love into this project. Yes. And that's why it was important for us to not just drop, but to do a rollout. And this is, again, a celebration of our city.
Say that one more time.
We're not just dropping. We're doing a rollout.
Rollout. I love it.
Yes, indeed.
And this is a mini-series, by the way.
Yes, you'll be able to watch each episode the next 5 Mondays, starting today.
Wow.
Yes, indeed.
Every Monday. Go ahead.
Every
Angie.
Monday.
All right, they say birds of a feather flock together, and me hearing Jalen and your connection with him, Ty. Mm-hmm. I know Mason went back when we opened talking about how you hooked him up with clothing, but I remember
and conversation.
But I remember when I first met you, we were doing our
wait. This the clean part, right?
No.
This not that clean, Nikki's right. Okay, go ahead. Talk about it.
You had a clothing store in Northland, but when you came into our radio station, you weren't so worried about advertising the clothing store. It was all about you were doing interviews and jobs. You wanted to hire young people.
Yeah,
And your whole
it's
thing
time.
was, remember, how you should come dressed for an interview.
Of course.
That you were passionate
course.
about that, giving young people a chance. And then I'm hearing him say, you know, young people, helping young people. I applaud both of you.
Thank you.
And I understand the connection. Like you say, God is no joke. He knows who to connect.
No,
period.
no. Sometimes delayed doesn't mean denied.
Come on.
And one thing about Jalen, I tell him all the time, like, man, listen, man, you got a heart as big as the city, and it rolls off of us. Like we really, even you, Mace, like you gotta understand, Mason, like it was important for us to start this off here with you, because you, and I tell you, it's two people. We went to bed with the electrifying mojo.
Come on.
And
Come
we
on.
woke up with John Mason.
That's right.
You helped us get ready to go to school every morning. And I miss Deucey. I don't know if Deucey...
He's trying to get back. I'm trying to help him.
I love, man.
He hard on this.
There's no place like Detroit.
When I tell you, this have come full circle. It has. This guy is the true definition of, if I eat, we all eat.
Yes.
And that's his love language.
Yeah.
And this guy really can cook.
Listen, speaking of cooking, and Angie was with me one day. I said, Angie, I got to find a place to live. I'm moving. So this guy says, I want to show you a place. He says, okay. So we hook up with the guy, right? He goes, Jalen Rose used to live here. I'm like, I don't want to go in. The dude said, no, it's a nice place, man. I said, no, I can't go in there.
Yes.
He says, what's the issue? I said, Jalen used to live there. I'm not going in there, man. Well, and I think we left the first time. He begged us to come back. I went in for about 3 minutes. So, okay, I saw it out. It's still sacred. You understand what I'm saying? The spirit, because he lived there. I'm not going in there. That's where he lived. The guy says, there's nothing in there, man. I promise you. There's nothing. But it took 3 times to walk through. I walked through, 3 minutes. He said, but wait, I can show you. I said, I seen it. Okay, I'm good. And
but it was amazing.
No doubt.
I was like, he living nice.
No doubt. But
Period.
it was very difficult. It took him 3 times to get me to go in there. It's just sacred to me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And this city is just so incredible. And I was going to do a social post, and I was just trying to figure a way to word it without sounding so arrogant as a city, but it's true. Like, the biggest compliment I can pay the 313 is everywhere we go, our influences, our fingertips is there. Our fingerprints are there. Everywhere we go, our fingerprints are there. How we walk, how we talk, how we dress, our lingo. Like, it's a real thing. And we should be proud of that.
Yes.
I agree. Yes.
And how about this? This series also produced a soundtrack. So,
no kidding.
So and it was only one person we can get to do that, and that was Royce the 5'9".
Nickel 9. Big shout, Nickel.
So our job was to create this, right? So that's why Jalen said we don't just drop, we roll out. We have merch. We have content that you can go to our social media page and see the behind-the-scenes stuff, because we just don't do stuff regular.
No.
I don't.
I know you don't.
I know Jay don't. From the first day he walked across stage when they called his name on the draft. We don't do anything regular here in Detroit. And it's a term, and it's true. And it's not to be arrogant, but everybody in Detroit is famous.
Yeah, I love it.
We walk around with that. So make sure you check it out. We have a soundtrack, and our thing was to get Detroit artists to produce music. We grew up in the best era ever. We came in on the tail end of Motown. We came in at the start of hip-hop. We came with fashion. We came when radio was radio, television was television. When it went off at 1:30, the national anthem started playing. And the snow came on TV. But now you can watch things 24/7. Like, you can go to Tubi, like, right now. Soon as Mason go off the air at 10, go to Tubi, and you watch Southwest High.
Everybody.
So I want to ask both of y'all real quick. Why did y'all want to take the series to Tubi, and then the whole it's kind of a 2-part question, the whole dropping the show every Monday? Why was that important to y'all to do that? Because like you said, you don't see that no more when it comes to TV. So now dropping it every Monday, that makes people want to come back. So why was that important to y'all?
Why Tubi? Independence.
Say that.
When you're watching Michigan play on Thanksgiving now, or you're watching the Super Bowl, you notice that Fox bought Tubi.
I did not know that.
I know that either.
So that's going to be a property that continues to skyrocket.
Yeah.
So you want to be a part of something that's growing.
Why not a movie, and why the miniseries?
You do the mini-series because you get a chance to tell 5 different stories versus 1 2-hour movie. And we're going to roll it out each Monday to not only build the anticipation, but also like give us an opportunity for people to catch up and just like really get a chance to like enjoy it. I remember when, whether it was Power or BMF or whatever those were coming out, I was up at 3 a.m. watching it. And that's what I did with Southwest High. And so, and again, this is Detroit born and bred.
What's your role?
My role is Principal Nolan Thomas.
Yes, sir.
I'm the retired NBA player who played his final season with his hometown Pistons.
Oh, wow.
And returned because my assistant principal and my good friend who we all went to high school together encouraged me to come back and help them save the school before it closed down.
And did you or did you not want to do it?
I did not want to do
No,
it.
he didn't. We had to. I was like, dog, you gonna do this? You
amazing.
gonna do this?
I did not want to.
Remember the A team where Mr. T didn't want to fly,
Right.
and they had to tranquilize him to fly. Let's just say, oh, you gonna do this? That's when the big brother had to kick in.
When you do Jalen Rose Academy and you walk through, even though you're the creator, the owner, and all of that, you already appear as the principal. and you talk to the families, and you know the students by first name, and it doesn't matter what family comes walking by. You could be talking to one family, turn on your heels, know the student for the next family. You've always been doing this.
Yes, it's really a labor of love, and I'm just so blessed that the community trusts me enough with their sons and their daughters. And that's what they say when I'm standing at the curb, whether it's the middle of winter or whatever. Like I'm dropping them off to you, Jalen. I'm like, all right, I got him.
When you were young, did you like kids?
I love kids. I did and do. And like having so many young people that you're helping to mold in different ways, it gives me a chance to play a different role. So to your point, yes, I'm the founder of the school. And if you're listening to this radio right now, you better be making sure you watch Tubi and watch Southwest High. The high school you went to, you probably never met the founder.
Oh, that's true.
That's
Right? A lot of people don't even know who their school is actually named after and why.
Yeah.
Right? So that gives me a different space automatically. I have an incredible staff and an incredible principal in Jasmine, so now I get to be like the grandparent versus the physical parent. But in Southwest High, it's like a modern-day version of Lean On Me, where I'm like Joe Clark.
Yeah, it feels like that, damn it. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. And I know you guys got to go to Fox, too.
No, we Mason.
But let
We
me
close
say
the show with you, Mason.
So Jalen, Ty may have never told you, but Ty, Angie, and me, we've hung out a few years at the golf tournament.
Yes.
Clean version, Mason. Y'all. See, when I come back, we got to sign disclaimer. I don't know where y'all going with these stories.
We be getting the food and everything. And there's so many
Oh
memories.
yeah, Mason go straight to the food.
Yeah, straight to it. I said, Ty, what do they got here? He said, you got to try this. You got to. But my funnest memory thus far, and I've got a lot of them. We had a chance to meet Larry Johnson.
Yes, I remember.
Grandmama. And I told him, I said, listen, man, I was just kind of getting into radio when you were doing that. You made me comfortable creating characters. because you created that character. And it was nothing but fun. And for a guy as big as you, as good as you, and you did that fun character, I said, man, I want to create something like that. There's so many people we've met.
And so Larry Johnson influenced when you like passed the baton. The Fab Five idolized UNLV.
Wow.
Oh, so let me connect some Southwest High School dots. Anderson Hunt,
the
Final Four MVP, Detroit Southwestern High School. And so when I went to my visits, for example, I took a visit. At that time, you would take visits to where you see people having success from your hometown. So I took a visit to Syracuse, Derek Holman, right? Michigan State, Steve Smith, UNLV, Anderson Hunt. And so I figured that's another topic for another day. Like Ty said, I come back and tell those off
when the mic's off.
But like as the Fab Five became rebels with a cause, we stood on the shoulders of the John Thompson, Georgetown teams and the UNLV squad. So we looked up to them, and so it was awesome for him to be at the golf outing.
Man.
And come and show love. And I'm glad you got a chance to meet him.
Oh, my God.
Definitely come back this year. It's probably going to be later in July. We work with Platinum Equity to try to nail down the date.
I don't play. I like to sit out, relax, eat. And that's what I've done every single year. And whoever, since we're talking public, and I'm going to let you guys go because I know you all have to function.
Mace, we're going to close the show with you.
But whoever, the young lady that takes care of the business for you.
Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle.
That's my MVP.
Man.
You never email me, text me, or call me without talking to Michelle.
That's it. And she
over 20 years.
But she takes care of it.
Yes.
It happens.
I was playing for the Bulls. We had a community event. And, you know, it's a team. So it's like 15 players, like 4 or 5 coaches. And I'm looking around. I'm like, well, she's managing like all 20 people right now.
Woo.
And I was like, how much they pay you? I'm dead serious.
Which was
and I hired her from the team.
Wow.
That's hot. Yes.
Wow.
One thing about that man, he's always thinking. Because he's always elevating. And this guy right here, man, you'd be surprised on a daily basis. Like, people always talk about who calls my phone. If you stand next to him long enough, you'll be surprised who calls his phone for advice. For advice.
I will
Not
say
just to
this.
kick it, but for advice.
2 weeks ago, we take a caller. On the phone, we ask the callers, give me your name. Caller says, my name is Jalen. I was named after Jalen Rose. I say to that caller, did you see the Facebook post that he put up about the creation of his name? He said, no, but my mother must have known it because she named me after Jalen Rose. Did that not happen?
That happened. Yes.
2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Another fact rooted in Detroit. The name is now become a common name, and I tell the story actually with a heavy heart because a couple of weeks I lost my uncle Leonard, and in 2021, just like Ty, I lost my mom.
Right.
And when she was driving to the hospital to give birth, she combined my biological father, James, with my uncle Leonard's name because he took her to the hospital to give birth, and rest in peace to both of them. Jalen is now a common name. Yeah. And one of the things Ty told me that I never really thought about until he said it, he was like, that's not a shotgun decision. You know, that's not a one-night stand. Like, you got to really, respect, appreciate, have love for somebody if you're going to name your son or your daughter after them. And I joke with Shaq and Denzel that they're all-time greats at what they do, but I got more kids named after me than they do.
And then Mace, I want to say
and all of Shaq and Denzel's are black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jay, you got some girls that are Jalen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a unisex name. You know what I'm saying?
So Mace, I want to say this, and because one thing about us, me and Jay, right? You talked about spirituality earlier, right?
Yes.
But let me say this: we always acknowledge God. We always say, "Thank God, man, Amen, Amen, Amen," and we always tell each other we love each other because, as men, especially in our community, right? That seems like a taboo and like, oh man, no, don't tell me that. You have to, because you never know what a person is going through and what they're going through in their journey. And I tell Jay this all the time, so there's nothing new what I'm about to say now to him. But just think about this, right? For 4 going on 5 decades, this man has been relevant.
Yeah.
From the 90s to the 2000s to the 2010s. Now we're halfway through the 2020s, about to go into the 2030s. This man has been relevant. You tell me somebody else has had an impact on pop culture for us than that man right there. So that man deserves all of the roses,
Jalen
all of the
Rose,
flowers.
There you go, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
That's
And
true.
even though it's called
fun.
Southwest High, because we went there, but this is for Detroit.
Absolutely.
This is for McKenzie. This is for Cooley. This is for Redford. This is for
people gonna have fun with
Northern.
this.
This is for everybody. This is for Detroit.
E-Course, River Rouge.
Yes. The whole Del Rey. This is for all of us.
And everything that I say we do, and you as well, is really just a celebration of Detroit.
That's all it is.
I take every opportunity I can with my life to try to figure a way to highlight what we doing here in this city.
You do. You absolutely
I
do.
never changed my driver's license. My accountant, you could just have a Florida license and save on your taxes. You could, and then I had job opportunities you could go live in L.A. or you could go live in New York. I'm never leaving.
That's
Hit that bell,
amazing
Angie. Hit
because
that
you
bell,
could be
Angie.
living in L.A.
You know I was going to hit it.
I got to tell you this. Although one of them has moved to NBC, 3 of the iconic broadcasters are from here. One is a reporter, the guy I introduced you to, who is the senior editor and writer for ESPN. Jalen Rose is the other, the must-have Jalen Rose. The other completed the Olympics last night, Mike Tirico. That's Detroit, just like we did BET, they did ESPN. Coming out of Detroit, man. Ooh.
Mace, two things Detroiters don't play about is the side of town they grew up on and the high school that they went to.
Say that.
You would get into fights.
That's right.
So that's why Southwest High is for all of us.
Yeah. It's going to be fascinating, man.
And I just want to encourage everyone out there to stay inspired. This is a really tough time in our country. People are doing really bad.
Yes.
Losing their insurances, losing their jobs, being snatched up by mass people. It's a very, very unique time in our climate. So I just want to, send love and encouragement to everybody out there. And it's to find ways to stay in prayer, stay in faith, and continue to endure.
You got that from the principal, Mr. Thomas, at Southwest High School. You'll see him as soon as you turn on Tubi today.
At 10 o'clock, as soon as Mason is over. we not stopping no money. As soon as Mason is over, you turn on Tubi, and then closing Mason.
Man,
When you feel like you in the end of your rope, you tie a knot,
and keep
keep hanging, and keep remembering, ain't nobody
My
bad
bad.
like you. Don't say damn, say wrong.
Southwest,
time out,
Southwest,
Jalen Rose,
Southwest.
thank you, man.
Love you guys.
Wow.
Yes.